We just passed a group of apparently grown men who were collecting Pokemon by a tree back there. This is the world we live in. Just had lunch in the Zamia Cafe, and although I've been to Kings Park many times before, I've never been to this section, and it's actually really cool. Alright, just figured I'd shoot a little bit of B-roll while I was here in Kings Park, just so that we could put the Removu K1 to the test, but this time with the manual settings turned off, so that I didn't have to sharpen again at the end of it. So this is all going to be basically how it appears straight out of the camera. This doesn't slide much. Botanic Gardens here in Kings Park are without a doubt Perth's #1 most popular tourist attraction. Kings Park is over 400 hectares in size, so it's no wonder this section of the park is so damn unfamiliar to me. I mean, you could probably spend a couple of days wandering around here without seeing everything. Walking around here in Kings Park, you can definitely tell that it's spring. The DNA Tower. Let's go take a look. Of course, one of the main reasons for coming to Kings Park is for the view of the city. Now, the view is pretty good from up here on the DNA Tower, but it's a whole lot better from over there. Yeah, I think it's safe to say if you want a view of the city, there's no better place to come than here. Okay, well, if you saw the video that I put out last week where I first put the Removu K1 through its paces, I'm pretty sure you'll agree that the footage is looking a whole lot better this week. It was pretty stupid of me to lower the sharpness last week. I hadn't even checked to see that I needed to. The image ended up just looking really mushy and completely lacked any detail. This time, by leaving the manual settings turned off, I've ended up with something pretty decent. That said though, the Removu K1 doesn't have a whole lot of dynamic range, so you may still want to mess around a little with the exposure compensation. So for an image like this, where the camera is metering for the sky, you really can't do a lot to bring back the shadows. So you really need to get it right in camera. It's much the same story with this image here. There's little you can do to bring back those highlights. So while the camera can produce quite a nice image, there's not really enough detail there to apply a heavy grading. This is probably fine for most YouTubers though. I personally quite enjoy the process of color grading, but I suspect for most people, they just prefer saving time in their edit. If that's you, then you'll definitely want to check out the Removu K1. Okay, so what else was I planning to talk about here? Oh yeah, the audio. The mic and the fur windshield that came with the accessory pack does a pretty good job in handling wind noise. It does an okay job of capturing the dialogue while you're talking to the camera, but you'll note that with the mic connected, it's not exactly in the perfect position. It's basically pointing to the side. Now the microphone is omnidirectional, so that may not make too much of a difference, but normally there's still a really sweet spot at the front for picking up the best quality sound, even with an omnidirectional mic. It did do a pretty good job picking up the bird song though in Kings Park. Now I think I may have found an interesting alternative. So I figured we might as well put this to the test while I'm doing the video about the K1. So what I have here is the Saramonic SR-XM1. I'm going to include a link below for this and also for the K1 itself so you can check them out. Now what's really cool about this mic is that you can bend it and point it in whichever direction you like. That is rather cool. And another interesting feature is that it has this kind of built-in shock mount. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a rather cool touch. Now, once again, this is an omnidirectional condenser microphone. It doesn't need a battery, so I'm assuming it's probably receiving power from the 3.5mm jack. I think I would have preferred that the mic have a cardioid pattern myself so that it would cut down on the surrounding noise while you're vlogging, but I'm still hoping that this might just do the trick. And if it turns out being pretty good, I may just use it with some of my other cameras as well. Anyway, let's just head out for a few minutes and put this to the test, shall we? And they have the nerve to say that men can't multitask. Here I am flying a drone and filming a vlog at the same time. This is multitasking at its best as far as I'm concerned. Now how is that microphone sounding? I'm not really going to know until I get back home and actually have a listen to it. But I did do a very quick test on it, and it seems like I can get away with actually leaving the volume at 0 decibels with this one. So it's not quite as hot a mic as the other ones. Now if you're interested in seeing a full written review of this, the Removu K1, check out majorramble.com. That's my new webpage that I've just set up, and I'll have a full written review which will include video and photo examples as well. Alright, I'm hoping to put out another video in about a week or two. So until then, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and by all means, if you've got any suggestions to make or any thoughts that you want to add into the comments section, I'd love to hear from you. Anytime that you interact with these videos, it assists in sort of bumping me up with the YouTube algorithm, so more people are likely to see my videos. So that would be fantastic, and I'll see you again soon. Now I'm off to actually fly this drone rather than leaving it hovering for half an hour.